The following question reads that the presence of 11 cis-retinal. Focus on the word cis. We're going to talk about it later. So basically, you write the word cis if it's a cis isomer. So the question is that there is cis-retinal with the formula carbon 20H28 and O in cells in the eye is important for vision. Now, the structure of retinal includes an aldehyde group. So there is an aldehyde group, a cyclohexene ring, and a long aliphatic side chain. So there are three things: aldehyde group, a cyclohexene ring, and a long aliphatic side chain. Now, in which a carbon-carbon double bond exists between carbon numbers 11 and 12. So in the aliphatic side chain over here, this is supposed to be between the 11th carbon and the 12th carbon. There is supposed to be a double bond somewhere over there. Now, which pair of statements about the 11 cis-retinal could be correct? Now, one thing that you can be pretty sure is, because they're talking about a cis isomer, remember, let's look at the arrangement of the cis isomer. The cis isomer is always arranged around the double bond, either in this fashion. So this is cis, or this one is cis. So we are looking at option A or C. So these two are trans versions of the molecule, because the hydrogens are pointing in opposite direction around the double bond in a three-dimensional arrangement. Over here, the hydrogen is also pointing in opposite direction. So if they're pointing in the same direction, downward direction, for example, in this case, both of these are cis versions. So we're pretty sure that when he's talking about cis-retinal, then using the word cis, this would be the arrangement around carbon 11 and carbon 12. The other thing that we are not sure is whether what about the total number of double bonds in the molecule, whether they're going to be 5 double bonds or whether they're going to be 6 double bonds. So this is what we are not sure of. So we need to figure out how many double bonds should this molecule have. So I'm going to try and draw this molecule. Let's try and draw the complete molecule. So there are 20 carbons and 28 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. And it has an aldehyde, a cyclohexene, and an aliphatic side chain. So one by one, I'm going to try and sketch this molecule. The first thing that they said was it has a cyclohexene ring. So here you can see my cyclohexene ring. I've figured that out. Put a double bond. The position does not matter, because I'm really interested in how many double bonds does this structure going to have. They haven't asked me about the position, so I'm not going to really think too much about the position. So this is a cyclohexene. And then they said they had a long aliphatic side chain. Now, out of the 20 carbons, I've already 6 have been used up. So there's going to be a long aliphatic, a chain of carbon atoms coming out of it. So here you can see 6 carbon atoms over here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 carbons in the long aliphatic side chain. So I've drawn that. And then they said there was an aldehyde group. Aldehydes are always at the end. So put an aldehyde right at the end. Now, what we're going to do is, I'm going to add one more thing that they said was that if you go back, they also specifically stated that there was a double bond that was already existing between carbon 11 and carbon 12. So let's find out where carbon 11 and 12 are. So if you look at this molecule, if it's an aldehyde, you start counting from the aldehyde. That's one of the most highest precedence group. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. These 2 carbon atoms, 11 and 12, put a double bond in between. So that information is also provided. Now, so this is the structure of the molecule without the hydrogens. Now, I've not mentioned how many double bonds more that should have been added in this molecule. So let's try and figure that out. Now, the first thing we would do is I'm going to try and figure out how many hydrogens. Now, each carbon atom, which is making this would be 2 hydrogens. There would be 1 hydrogen over here. 2 hydrogens with this. So let's start adding all these hydrogens. This carbon atom would have 1 hydrogen, 3 bonds, so 1 hydrogen. So I'm going to put in all the hydrogens. So here I've carefully added all the hydrogens to this structure. Remember, I'm still not sure how many double bonds more that should have been in the structure. but it's C20 and H28. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count the total hydrogens. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34. So I'm getting a total of 34 hydrogens. Now, one discrepancy that you would automatically notice is that look over here, there are 28 hydrogens. I'm getting 34 hydrogens. Now, remember this, that adding one carbon double bond carbon, if I add an extra carbon double bond carbon anyway, that's going to remove two hydrogens. So, for example, if I put a double bond over here, then I need to get rid of two hydrogens. So that means now I have 32 hydrogens. Because the double bonds are making, the carbons are already making 3 bonds, so they just need 1 hydrogen to complete the bonds. This carbon is already making 2 bonds over here, 1 over here, so it just needs 1 hydrogen to complete its bonds. So now I'm down to 32 hydrogens. So let's add another double bond. Let me add a double bond over here. So again, I am down to 30 hydrogens. Next part is I need to get down to 28, so I just need another double bond. So let's put a double bond over here. So these 2 hydrogens would be gone as well. So that now I'm down to 28 hydrogens. So this is the final structure that I'm going to have. Remember, let's not focus on the position of the double bonds because they're not talking about the position of the double bond. They're only talking about one position which I've added at the 11th and 12th position. Now the rest of the molecule and the final answer is we need to figure out how many double bonds in total we have. So that's 1 double bond in the cyclohexene structure. There's 1 double bond over here. So that's 2. There's 3, 4, and 5. So the correct answer is going to be that I would need 5 double bonds in the structure. The total number of carbon double bond carbons in the structure, it's going to be 5. Hence, option A is going to be the correct option for this question.